make it here. Jumoke allowed it. James, she couldn't make it here because we had a change of venue, just to accommodate Iyanya. So, but let's do the financial summary, guys, ladies and gentlemen. We said we are, you know how we asked some 400 Nigerians to donate 1 million naira each. Now we've reached 4. It used to be 3, so 4 now.
Take it back. Take it back.
Action.
I will tell you who they are. It's a group. They donated 1 million naira to send it to us. Actually, it said it was a donation from the UK group, our United Kingdom group. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. King Said Oshukwa, our accountants are waiting for a generous donation. But King Said Oshukwa has actually donated a lot since we started. He gave us the whole song, and we just did a remix of it. Yes. And you can find it on my Facebook page. Vanity is now being remixed, and he has some very interesting animation to it. So if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see it there. But he's promised to make a donation. He just sent me a message here that another song that he sang with Nice, he's also donating it to us, that we should put animation on it. Wow. He's not giving up at all. And Shema is being all up in the game and doing a lot of publicity for this. And so we go to our Zenith Bank account. Since our last broadcast, which was February 17, today is February 19, we raised 1,401,858 naira 72 kobo. From GoFundMe, we have raised $2,380, which is 852. Is equivalent of 852,040 naira. We must inform, and we'll get to this later, that Facebook is doing a lot of chargebacks against us, meaning that people donated and then they collected the money. They said this is mistake. Sometimes, GoFundMe. I think GoFundMe might also have made a mistake of sending money back to people who genuinely donated, because there was a lady they happened to, I think it was Rita Idoze. They returned her money and she had to redonate the money again. So there is about 1,800 that we received a charge back in the last 24 hours. We mentioned the names of people involved so that they can pay the money back if it's not a mistake. Typically, we don't contest chargebacks because we don't want to go and contest and find out that they're right and we're wrong. So this happened. So our Zenith Bank account locally is now almost reaching 70 million naira. It's now at 69,777,530 naira 39 kobo. GoFundMe is just lagging behind, at $161,022, equivalent of 57,645,876 naira. The entire amount of money we've raised so far is now at 127,423,406 naira 39 kobo, and our exchange rate is 358 naira to a dollar. That's our exchange rate. So donors is our last show. Olusebuka Damian Obioha, 145 naira 72 kobo. For somebody to give you that kind of money, that means that's the last kobo they have. That's their last card. Thank you, Olusebuka. Or maybe he's still testing microphone. Adeosun Temitokwe Samuel, 1,000 naira. Femi Oluwasegun will be 2,000 naira. Go to Paradise of Nome, 2,050 naira. Dadalariwaju Abiodun, 3,000 naira. Jumoke Alobalu, 5,000 naira. Jude Ewuze, 5,000 naira. Evis Otogele, 5,000 naira. Adeola Oyewole Gbadebo, 5,000 naira. There's a Flutterwave Tech Solution Limited. It's money transfer through Flutterwave. It's a money, an online money thing. for 5,623. 400 Logistics 7,040 naira. Jani Larry Mutaru is 10,000 naira. Omoyele Oluwatoyin Florence 10,000 naira. Adesoya Ismail Oluwaseun 20,000 naira. Akinselu Raymond Akinyinka 290,000 naira. On behalf of the UK group, Folashade Olusoya sent $1 million naira. Ogumeru Afolabi Ismail 5,000 naira. Chukwe Meke Joe Osai 5,000 naira. Tanimola Bolanle 1,000 naira. Precious Osasu 20,000 naira. GoFundMe Abimbola Owoyemi $50. Sheyi Ogulusi $20. Saru Yamu $100. Stella Olowo Gorioye $300. Alex Ewere $30. Blessing Ebuawan $100. There is a donation of $1,200 from Ikena Okon. Nike Sholaja $100. Bumiolani $100. Suraka Dani Baba $100. Oh man, that's what Shukwa calling. Maybe he wants to make his donation online. Azim Jolasun $40. Olubumi Egbayelo $100. Moses Faleke $10. Lilian Igile $30. Udeme Iyanya again $100. So now we have a list of PayPal donors. People are donating through PayPal that we haven't mentioned in a while. This is donors since January 24, 2019. Please bear with me. I have to mention all these people. They are very important. Arif Anibaba, $20.61. That is $20.61. Akim Olawole Fatus, €50. Omobude Augustine, $5.44. Osaru Ese Wadiai, $25. Joseph Wabuno, $21.80. Jumberry Collection, $21.81. Demitokwe Adeyemi, $25.42. Patrick Okuo, $50. Tayuta Inc. Limited, $63.01. Emmanuel Omotosho, €20. Almost Blackson Prince Ezekiel, $20.14. Sarah Michael, $200. Olatusin Adetayo, $12.59. Isaiah, it's Isaiah Akpos Esiane Kife. He donated $2. Susi Modi, $100. Julius Akimiona, $49.60. Abiodun Lawa donated $730. Ogena Koge Ferdinand Loge, $100. Irene Omokaros, $37.22. Olatunde Olowe, $25. Kende Akisoro Tong, €54.34. What is the smaller part of euro? It's €54. What is it cents? Is it cents? 34 cents. Benga Ayola, $62.35. Susanna Ajibade, $61.70. Alaba Ogunsoya, $72.86. So through PayPal, we've raised $2,047. It's $2,047.05.
Take it back.
Total in naira is 732,845 naira 40 kobo. The people who have donated through Zelle. Zelle is a money transfer system that goes into the US account. It's a Chase Bank.
Yeah, that's Chase Bank.
Yes. So Temitokwe Ogunsu Lire, $400. Ayode Jario, $100. Olukoye Babatunde, $100. Nuruddin Afolabi, $100. Prince Oladimeji, $100. NS Ahamioji, you know NS?
Yes.
Yes, he donated $100. Olaton Williams, $100. Olisebuka Obioha, $3. Joseph Monehi, $300. That's Dr. Joseph Monehi, my good friend. Ojo Olukayode, $100. Is Valentine Akaba, $50. Udupe Lawa, $50. Olumuga Adeniyi, $30. Dio Chuck Davis, $400. Pius Omorega, $500. Balogun Nuruddin, $100. Imeji Ayowale, $200. Raymond Odunlami, $150. Amechi Chukwu, $300. Ken Soloade, $642. Oladune Agbausi, $150. Yemisi Odejobi, $100. Anonymous, $100. Ilori Mayokun, $200. BJ Jolayemi, $250. Malcolm Fabi, that's Dr. Marcus, $200. Lukman Lawal, our analyst, $200. Adekunle Oni, $50. Olani Olatunde, $30. Adebumi Christopher, $20. Olayinka Fatai, $100. Igava Ogene Robo, $30. Pius Omoyele, $2. Edima Godwin, $100. Obayonju Omoniyi, $100. Arewe Jude, $20. Onu Obina, $10. Kathy Prince Duke, $189. Olowe Larry, $10. Ololade Akintoye, $100. Mobolaji Martins, $50. Olugbenga Oyinson, $30. Oluwase Odubesan, $29. Michael Olaleye, $100. Akinade Akinruli, $25. Olugbenga Oyinson again, $45. Osari Sere, $50. Fadeho Ogunleye Adeyinka, $300. Desmo In, $250. Babalola Degun, $20. Isaac Salako, $50. Daniju Ibrahim, $20. Raji Yabo, $60. Isaac Omolayo, $50. Rosalind Ezewoko, $100. William Taiwo, $20. Fidelia Aimwa, $100. So from this is from November, we got $7,085. And that's equivalent of 2,536,000 naira, 430. No, this is 2,536,430 naira. That's the equivalent. Guys, give them a big round of applause again. And some interesting people clapping there. Let me check how far. Let me check how far we are with Iyanya. Let's see if he's close by. We're checking on him. If he said he's doing a shooting, so this was impromptu for him. So he said he's almost done. That's the last time we heard from him. We already have a donation from Eniabiri Olakunle for 5,000 naira. We have Ayeni Maris Mercy, 5,000 naira. Idris Bajulaye, 2,000 naira. Ashilolo Fidelis Peter, I know this name very well, regular donor, 3,500 naira. Kalabia Deyinka Nathaniel, 40,000 naira. This Obaya Bona Sarwense, 1,000 naira, regular donor. Kazim Kende Jimo, 20,000 naira. And there's Precious Osaso Baro, 20,000 naira. And there's Tanimola Bolanle, 1,000 naira. If she had donated that money before they shifted the election, it would have been interesting. Tanimola, that's who knows tomorrow. That's the, yeah. Adekule Moses Oduyale, 20,000 naira. So there's a Shuku Emeke Osai for 5,000 naira. Obumeru Afolabi Ismail, 5,000 naira. That was the last person we got. I am going to check if we have any. Yes, if we have any GoFundMe while we're at this. If anybody made a donation through GoFundMe, we trust our people can't wait for this show. Do we have any questions, by the way?
Not yet.
How many people are watching?
717.
And they are so quiet. No questions.
Should I say up AAC and stuff?
Yes, we'll call them. So we have a guest in the house. They said this guy who's always putting on uniform.
Yeah.
Yes. Did he wear his uniform tonight?
No.
Oh, what's his name?
That video guy.
Oh wow, Davido boy. Come on, let him come on the couch with me, man. Watch your food too, don't trip. Why you not come bring your uniform tonight? Davido boy.
We respect ourselves today.
Make SAS no go catch you. It's going to fake SAS to be. Tell our viewers who is been now. I may carry come here tonight.
My people, my name now Omoyele Precious, and my people there for street they call me that video boy.
Why they call you that name?
Because when I touch camera like this, the camera go just begin shake.
Are you like a camera filmmaker?
Like I'm a filmmaker.
You are a filmmaker?
Yes.
Wow.
I make films, music videos, documentaries, and all of that. Generally TV production.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
impressive. Nice to meet you, man.
Thank you so much.
And I heard you've been doing a lot of work for us, Take It Back movement.
Yes.
And this presidential campaign.
Yes, I have.
We really appreciate you for that.
Thank you so much.
So what motivated you? Tell people, because when we ask people this question, that's how more people understand why you do what you do.
Okay. Now waiting to be with this. You see, for a very long time, somebody like me, I don't wait to see when or how somebody will fit come out and then talk to this our old leaders the way we get. And then the first video of you when I see that interview for one radio station, I think somewhere in Ibadan with one minister like
Minister of Communication.
Minister of Communication.
Yeah.
And then the thing will surprise me for that place, and I say I never seen him before. I've never seen anybody stand up to any of those people before the way you do him that day. And I was like, wow, who be this man? Who be this man? You see, and then there was something he said. He said something to you. He said, you never do Senate, you never do one thing, you never do governorship, you never do all of that, you want to do president. And you responded, you said, President, yeah, Lamaje, we are going to take it back.
That's right. Thank you, that's it.
And then, after then, I look and say, make I know how far this man won't take this thing to. And then I started following.
Wow.
And I can't begin to see the movement. You see, it be like say for Nigeria here, it is tradition. For you to get something right, you need to antagonize. And that is what you've been doing.
Exactly.
Which is the only way to get any of these things done.
Yes.
You need to antagonize these people. You see our leaders, they use us play. The people when they run this thing, they use us play. Just be like game for them. This one go throw us to this person. I won't believe say Atiku and Buhari. Me, I know the fear person. I see somebody like me inside you.
Yeah.
You understand? That's what it's supposed to be.
I see myself inside you.
You see?
All of us are the same. We have the same aspiration for a better country.
People like Atiku and Buhari, I won't believe say they be friends. This one go just they go say, no worry, you go see me I go become president. No worry, I go thank you. When you become president, finish, you go say, Shebi, I tell you, I don't carry him now. These people just they do this thing, and then it they affect us.
Seriously.
I feel very bad. Some of us we don't really try. We don't try. We dey hustle every day. We dey do things, but these people know they help us. You get, and this is the right time. Now the time where we dey wait for that be this. Yeah. I want to use this opportunity to thank your team, the entire team. You guys are doing really good.
You guys clap for yourself. I know you guys are not doing very well tonight, but thank you.
Easy. And then we know that these people that we're about to, when we don't follow the fight already, these are evil people. We know all these things.
Yeah,
you understand?
That's very deep, and it's true.
These people, they're very, very dead.
Very dangerous.
You don't understand. Yeah. The place, they never even know where they come, because there's one thing where they always talk about, like, you see, if Jonathan, for example, come up for that place and then he still there where he did today, no, he no go prison, no do anything. Where all of us know quite alright. Say this man do things when he do.
Of course.
The last there was a video of you I saw the last time, and you said something about Fashola. Say Fashola use 60 million to do borehole or something.
600 million.
600.
Yeah.
Can you just
the borehole not far from here?
600 million to do borehole?
Oh yeah.
That is
that borehole must reach.
Crazy.
The borehole must be the deepest borehole.
If you like say if fire the bomb.
No, I think because hell they down. Maybe they drill the borehole come near hell.
So, but then you see these things, they sometimes they funny, but they funny because if we don't start now, when we won't start, this is the time. Some of my friends, I voted Buhari in 2015, and some of my friends when say I vote Buhari because I really campaigned for Buhari that year. They don't meet me and tell me say, you see what you cause, you see what you do and all of that, and then I get people where they can't tell me now again say don't waste your votes.
But you know what Mr. Atuke talk today?
No.
He said waste your vote wisely.
Okay.
Yes.
But then you see, when people they tell me say make I not waste my vote, because as I campaign now, as I they talk to people about my president for you say now waiting he go be with this, and then they talk say my president no get chance for this matter. How you go say my president no get chance?
Oh my God.
It no make sense. Now, if they tell me say make I not waste my vote, make I kukuma carry the vote give Atiku.
That's what you're saying.
If all of us begin to think like this, when we won't begin when we won't collect this thing back from this.
No.
So you see, if it be saying that just 5 people, then go
take that
us
decision.
Win this election on Saturday. If it be saying that 1,000 everybody go, then go be the time, and just one person then go make us say we don't take them back.
Yes.
You understand? So I want to encourage everybody. Anybody where they watch this thing now, talk to as many youth you fit talk to. Let us come out that Saturday. Make we do what we fit do. There is nothing impossible for this life. We can do it. We can do it.
Look, in 2015, just to rejig your. Now, so they say, the PDP people say there's no way they can lose election. That the incumbent has never lost election before in Nigeria. There's no way Buhari can win. Now them go win. Jonathan don't begin celebrating. In fact, I remember the eve of the election, Obanikoro tweet say we have just won the election. Fanika day after he don't take that thing where they take, he say we don't win the election. Now Sahara reporters contact say then they lose. We bring out 10 state results. They lost in 10 states, and it was because of the 10 state results that they lost. Because if they had a chance to change the numbers, it would have been a different story today. But that's the way you talk about we get one song we would sing when we did university in those days. Now we clap first before I start. Now what make I sing? Because now it be like church music in the hands. When I we convert church music where we did for student union. So you will clear your throat. So do you know Buhari ṣe máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba àìkú. Buhari ṣe máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba. Do you know Atiku ṣe máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba àìkú. No, they don't do ìjọba before now. Gbogbo wọn máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba àìkú. So that's that. I tell you, they say all these people who don't go inside government destroy this country. When I started saying it, you're like, don't reveal your secret, don't say it. But now people have understood the reason why they must all go to jail. Look at what they did last week. After spending billions of naira to do election, they just postponed 6 hours to. You see
that one is blow to our own face.
Yes, and you know what they are doing? First, they want to make sure that the election no hold on my birthday, so that I know people don't will take votes, give me birthday gifts. Then all the people who don't travel from all over the world to come out, because this is one election in which there is global interest from Nigerians in the diaspora. Some of our friends want to change their ticket now. They're asking them for $500. And then they have to call their job to say, look, we need extension. A lot of our people have left, but that is not the crime they committed. The crime they committed against us is pulling this country down to the point that today you saw the video, Ghanaians are rounding up Nigerians and they are trying to deport them. And I have been saying it in my campaigns that now we do Nigeria must go. Soon, Ghana must go. soon there will be a bag called Nigeria must go because of the way they destroyed this country.
That started already. Ghanaian immigration is rounding.
That's what I'm saying. That started already. When we were in Ghana about 2 weeks ago, they were acting funny towards me. I had to tell them, say, look, I know you people are hostile to us, but the moment we get it right in Nigeria, you will hear something, then we're going to say your senior brother did. And that's what I said to them in South Africa, where they say, make I not come on their national TV. I told them the way you are treating Nigeria is because of the leadership in Nigeria at home. The moment we get it right, you guys will have to straighten up. Because you can't be doing it. There's no country in the world that will accept what South Africans are doing to Nigeria, what Ghanaians are doing to Nigerians, Kenyans. Nigeria don't become war for everywhere. Everybody, even Somalia are there. If they see Nigeria, they just mistreat Nigeria.
And are we supposed to be the
Republic itself? Now we supply electricity. In the 70s, we are paying salaries of some of these countries, their workers. And now look at the way they are treating us. But you can't blame them. They said there's a news that federal government reacts as Ghana deports 723 Nigerians over prostitution and cybercrime. Can you imagine that? Ghana. When we were coming back from Ghana, we were videotaping the police, the immigration. So they said we should stop videotaping. We shouldn't. I said there's no sign saying that we shouldn't videotape. It's the new airport they have, which makes us to be ashamed of ourselves. By the way, that airport is nice. So can you imagine that the guy said, "Oh, delete it because you want to go and use me to go and campaign in Nigeria." I said, "You campaign in Nigeria." Which uniform are you wearing? This green versus green, with the like early primary school uniform.
We know if we blame them now. Their fault. If not, with the team where we serve, they go through for years.
They look down on us, but you know that there was a former presidential candidate also in Kenya. He was making a joke. What's his name? He was joking about Nigeria. He said a joke about they were looking for corrupt people, and that Nigerian minister come talk say, don't worry, don't take all the road money, take build house. Some very tasteless joke like that. So Nigeria has become butt of jokes all over Africa, and you can't blame them. It's these crazy leaders we have here, these old cargos that have destroyed the country, have no ideas. Otherwise, they have destroyed the country to a point where people are even saying, okay, leave us alone. They said no, they must die with Nigeria. Somebody who is 76-year-old officially, because I don't say the real age now, 80-something. And the one will be 70-something. You are vice president for 8 years. You didn't do anything. You didn't pay workers. The only thing you did is you ensured that universities were going on strike while you were creating your own private university. And then you want to come back. To come and do what? And you're asking people to be articulating, All the thieves are waiting for a paradise where they can graduate. Like we were saying on this show one day, can you imagine Nigeria under Atiku? So Atiku will be president, vice president, Peter Obi, Senate president, Saraki, EFCC chairman, Dino Melaye. The country is finished.
Film won't start.
Waiting with Ben Bruce. Ben Bruce will be minister of internal affairs, or he go in charge of customs. Nigeria is finished. And Fayose will come be like DG of ICPC. We're in trouble. So they said they've also arrested, the police has arrested one lady, Arewami 2, Miriam Awaisu. Amnesty International is asking for her release, and we're also demanding for her release. She was arrested in Kaduna. And I think they said she was arrested in her office in Kaduna by convoy officers from the Special Robbery Squad who took her away. Awaisu has been championing the trending hashtag Arewami2 on Twitter, which details the experiences of Twitter users with sexual assault. Can you imagine? So this is what you get in Nigeria. This is what you get. This is very sad. It's the same way they arrested and detained Deji Adeyanju for. I think is he physically free now? Has he come home? Yes. So we've been asking for his release. We are happy that Deji is out. I'm hoping Deji is my friend, that he will not go back to Atiku, because these are people who he has been supporting but never said a word. They have millions and millions of Twitter followers. They never said a word about Deji. It's the regular people that fought for his release. And to this we must give kudos to Raphael Adebayo, who did a lot of work, and Ariyo and area father Charlie Boy, and all of the people that campaigned for him. So I'm looking to see if we have heard from our friends. We still haven't heard from him. That's Iyanya.
Okay.
It's not. He has not reached out to us. I'm trying to call him now to see. His phone has been busy for a while now. Maybe it's still busy. We'll stay here until we hear from him. Is there any questions for us?
Yes, on YouTube.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. President. Please, I would like to ask you how you are going to curb police brutality and corruption in the military and paramilitary.
Well, there are two things there: police brutality
And corruption.
and corruption. The corruption part, of course, we continue to say that 4 ways that we will fight corruption. One is to fight corruption preemptively, the lower cadre, by ensuring that federal workers or workers in general are paid what is a living wage, so that they don't have this anxiety that money will not be enough. They start stealing or getting involved in corruption. And the next thing, of course, is prevention, ensuring that we use technology to stop people from even stealing, making it impossible in the way we do cashless society, cashless policies.
And all that.
You use encryption, you can even use several other technological tools to track revenues, and blockchain technology is one that we talked a lot about here, to track revenues as they are coming in, so that nobody can manipulate the figures. The numbers are accurate, and to make our system of contracting and doing business to be transparent. There is no reason why anybody in public office cannot reveal his assets publicly. It shouldn't be hidden. Or the ownership of companies in Nigeria should be made public. Every company in Nigeria, we should be able to Google their name on a company list. If you go
they
to,
just have access to.
Yes, you have access to all kinds of and all government contracts should be uploaded online, and the people implementing the contract and the time the contract is supposed to be done. So that is, also preventive. The next thing is enforcement. We will be very, very clear. We are very clear about clamping down on corruption, and to the extent that there will not be big man or small man. In fact, there's a video trending online for a while about, I think it was a Singaporean minister who said, when they wanted to stop corruption, they started from dealing with big people. And the moment they started arresting the big people, the small people disappeared. That's the way that I will do it too. And that's what I do on Sahara Reporters anyway for 12 years. I go after big people so that we use them to show examples to small people. The next line of action, of course, after that is consequences. And the problem with Nigeria is that people are corrupt. Instead of delivering consequences on them, we give them chieftaincy titles. They become deacons in churches. The imams and pastors are praying for them all the time. We give them national honors. Some of them have more than one. GCON, GCFR, MON, CON. CIA, MTN, GLO, that's GLO, 419. All those titles, you don't give it to criminals. You put them where somebody has proposed that we should have a museum for corruption, so that we can display all the big thieves, their pictures, the houses they stole, the pictures, and starting from when they started corruption.
It's current affairs.
Yes. So.
All right, more questions.
Yes.
But this one is from me before I go to the questions here. It's been 365 days, a year since Leah Sharibu was kidnapped.
Was kidnapped?
Today, yeah. So what are your thoughts?
It's a shame that the regime cannot get her released. As I mentioned before, Boko Haram became more bold under Buhari. That when Buhari was coming, everybody was upset about, the kidnap of Chibok girls. So under Buhari, they were able to retrieve some of the girls through very corrupt means of negotiation. Over $5 million was given to Boko Haram. Boko Haram became more bold, bought more weapons, and had the audacity to go to another school to kidnap more girls. They paid them ransom, which I'm aware of, and then they refused to release Leah Sharibu, who is the only Christian among the kidnapped girls. So we're urging Boko Haram to release Leah Sharibu. I don't think the Buhari regime is interested in getting her out because this regime doesn't care about anybody. We keep parents in our thoughts and assure them that help is on the way. One of the first things we'll do upon taking office is to make sure that she's released, if by then she's not been released. So Leah, if you're hearing us, we will come ensure that you are freed. We know the reason you are being kept, and we will ensure that that reason is defeated, and terrorism is defeated in Nigeria as a whole under our government in 2019. All right. So, let's that you have more questions from there.
Bukola Fergus is asking how we are doing with party agents.
Yes, we were working on it. We have a lot of volunteers. We have a number of agents as well who's ready. This 1 week postponement means that we can get in more party agents, canvassers. But our challenge is money. That's the reason why we're raising money. So many of the agents are asking for at least pure water, which means that we need to put out there 120,000 agents. 120,000. That's 120,000 polling units across Nigeria, and we're expected to have a party agent in every one of them. We have a reasonable number of volunteers already, and we're raising funds. So if you donate to us, part of what it will go to is taking care of these party agents who are out there. But thank you so much for asking that question. If you still want to volunteer or you want to be a canvasser, please reach out to us still. You know the process. And for those who still want to donate through Zelle, what is this Zelle email? Is donate@sowore2019.org. Donate@sowore2019.org. That's how to Zelle money to us. If you want to do PayPal, it's also donate@sowore2019.org. To send us money, of course, from Zenith Bank, you know how to do that already, to our Zenith Bank account, and GoFundMe. Those people who don't need direction, they know what to do. Let's check and see if we have new donors and announce them. Thank you so much. Stay here with me. Don't go away yet.
Okay.
Because if I allow you to go, the food they brought, I don't know, make you not go attack them.
So why you look, there's a question here.
Before you do that, I have a 10,000 naira donation from Tijani Olariwaju Akolabi. And I have a $5,000 naira donation from Obafemi Okekioluwa Adegelu. There is a 5,000 donation from Ayorinde Taiwo Adetola. I think there's a 10,000 naira from Lawa Jimo Akoni. Yeah, she's done it again. Miss T Adeneji Oluwa Tosin. Regular donor. It's 219 naira. And 2 kobo. How do you do the reconciliation of your account? The way you donate, it must be a lot of work. This is Ayeni Maris Mercy, 5,000 naira. Idris Bajulaye, 2,000 naira. I think that's where we are. I'm going to go see if we have anything from GoFundMe as we speak. Yes. Oh wow, you put me live. That's great. Hello guys. I'm here with the video boy. Yeah. So we're all together. We're together. We're in this together. Still waiting for Iyanya.
Someone suggests you send him a text if his number is not connected.
I have sent him a text and I'm still waiting for him. Lots of people are waiting you, yeah. If you guys have a text, if you have his number or contact, just tell him we're waiting for him. Reach out to him on Instagram. We're reaching out. How many people are watching?
952. We're at 1,000 before. We're currently.
We went down. Okay. Well, as soon as it shows up, I know the numbers will go ballistic. You brought the number up. That's why it's good to hang out with popular people.
And I like the fact that some of the things that they use for a campaign, I say, will be digital.
Yeah, we're a digital person now. We couldn't afford it. We're saying it today that since we started this campaign, we have never put an advertisement in a newspaper because we can't afford it. We don't have that many billboards because we can't afford those big ones.
Yeah,
like Sowore. You get billboards for every kitchen, every parlor, anywhere you go.
People say they my kitchen,
but not with their money now. Spend free money. So we're using digital billboards. Our billboards are on Facebook, they're on WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, and Twitter. So
which is even better than some of these.
That's how we're getting all this. We can't afford it. This is what we can afford. We are a low budget campaign, but low budget, high impact. Yeah. Let me also mention that there's a young lady in the house who joined us. Just today, we met at the shrine, and she's like, "I'm gonna be going everywhere with you." Her name is Adaogo. She's in the house. Her face making our mama not begin look for us. So. I hope you are supposed to still be out at this time. Curfew. All right. Thank you so much for joining this movement and the campaign. We appreciate you. So people are doing a lot of work. A lot of volunteers. I'm getting this almost every minute from people. People are asking because the next thing we want you guys to do, by the way, this is for those of you who are on Facebook, is try and create your own message and and boost it too on social, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can boost it, pay some little money to boost it, goes very far. And we want people to also educate people on our logo, because my name will not appear on the ballot paper. It's the logo of the party, which is the two hands with the sunshine.
I think it's number 3.
And the fact that we are number 3. Some people have been reaching out to me in the last 48 hours that INEC, that the ballot paper they saw did not have us on number 3. But that's not the current one. Yeah. What we know is that we are number 3 on what INEC displayed publicly. Anything to the contrary, there will be kasala. So because we know these people will do everything they can to just make sure that whatever we can gain, they take away from it. But what we know is that we are number 3, and that has not changed. Yeah.
So for people that are making songs for the campaign, how do you get the songs? Because I have like 2 people already
who have sent songs. So if you want to send songs to us, I think you have my I have a WhatsApp message. Group. No number. Okay. It's 0818-823-7529. It's jammed these days. So, but you can also send the song to any of our social media platforms. Sowore 2019 on Instagram, Sowore 2019 on Twitter, on Facebook as well. Yes. We're monitoring all those places, and you can send it to my personal Facebook page, which is Omoyele Sowore. That's facebook.com/Osowore. So you send it there, it'll get to us. Right? What else? Do you have any more questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
How are we going to use technology to curb toward citizen ballot people at the polling agents? And how to register for polling agents?
Before you do that, I have announcements to make. 7,000 naira just came from Adebayo Tony Showumi, and Leo Francis donated 10 naira. That's great. Please clap for the person. Someone give you 10 naira. That means that's all they have left. There's Adeyoju Temitokwa Adesheye for 5,000 naira. Olawi Abimbade Goke 2,000 naira. So thank you. So the question you asked is how we using technology to fight this. I think it was Femi Ade that put it appropriately today. He said, Buhari says, if you snatch ballot paper, you die. Sowore says, if you snatch ballot paper, we'll capture you on our app. Which one is better? The app, I mean, the gun. You don't die under our government, but we'll use technology to capture you. At the moment you are caught, that's even better evidence than when you are killed, when you die with the evidence. Because ours will serve as a deterrent to others.
Yes.
The other one will cause sorrow, because the moment you take life, you can't replace it. You know. But if you capture enough criminal activities, you can use it to ensure that it don't happen in the future. You can use it to even shame people. Public shaming is something that works a lot in curbing criminality and vote rigging and fraud all over the world. You don't shoot people simply because they capture ballot paper. I mean, and then ballot boxes. At any rate, people don't do it. They don't even do it much. They don't even do it anymore as many as they used to do. You discovered that in 2015, because of the role of technology, there weren't that many litigations that arose from the election. So technology is there to help, improve lives, to help improve the way we do things. And that's why we keep saying that we are a completely digital party.
Yes.
And we are going to create a digital country. As soon as we come into office, the way to pay for anything is just carry your cell phone, see your own, without paying. Report yourself. Like, you just do mobile money to pay for things. The $4 billion industry in Kenya. But here, download our app. That's the way to monitor election. AAC Take It Back app. You go using is it Play Store?
Play Store,
We only have for Android. We don't have for iOS. Yeah, because that process is a little too cumbersome. So, what else? Do you have any more questions?
Yes.
Let me keep checking on our man, Iyanya. Yeah.
What's your plan for people in diaspora who want to bring their tech business to Nigeria?
Yeah, diaspora people. We rarely talk about you in this country, but I know that you guys even bring in more money than oil. $50 billion from the diaspora or diasporans is a lot more money than we get from oil every year. So we will create an enabling environment for you that will enable you bring back not only your business but bring back your entire family, and also make it possible for you to return home as gradually as you want. Imagine that there are 6 million Nigerians living abroad. If you can just get 1 million of them to come home and spend $1,000 every year, imagine how much we brought in. In addition to how much they're sending, you can bring in businesses, especially small businesses. I already know a lot of diaspora people who have fish farming businesses. They have ponds. They have all kinds of small businesses. They're investing in the country, but they don't want to come home because the airports are bad, kidnappers, armed robbers. Customs are killing people on the highway. Customs that is supposed to be at the border is now inside the Djibouti. That tells you that Nigeria has divided into different republics because custom is dividing it for us. Immigration is, what is immigration doing on Benin Road? Is there anybody that's that's not from? The country is in a state of disorder. So I wanted to also announce the 290,000 naira. I mentioned that 290,000 naira came into the account. It came from the materials committee in the US. They have just made new materials for us. Thank you so much, materials committee. That money was the money that came from Yinka. I think before. Thank you guys. I have some money that's just coming from this money just came in from, from Okon Kenya Sunday Jumoke for 40,000 naira. Thank you. That's very, very helpful. So let's see if there are comments in our WhatsApp messaging platform. We get it tonight. And if there are questions, let me. Did I answer the last question?
What are you going to do about sports, and are you going to introduce electronic voting when it comes to?
Yes. I say it as a joke, but it's real. If we can vote for Big Brother Nigeria electronically, why can't we be voting for candidates electronically? In fact, electronic voting is, less expensive. If we were to be doing electronic voting, parties will not need 120,000 polling agents. You just need your device, and there are tools out there that can make them to be foolproof and rig and fraud free.
It's going to be more accurate.
Yes, it's more accurate because you can get the results instantaneously. All the people abroad who we want to bring into the electoral process when we come in, they're going to be voting electronically. Just use your device. Right now, you can purchase anything online. You can do transactions that are safe and secure online. Why can't we vote online? Because everybody has an ID. If you want to vote, it's just a matter of you go to your device, you press with your finger, and the moment your fingerprint matches the fingerprint on the records of INEC, it asks you to vote, and it gives you all the options. You just look like this. You vote for AAC number 3. You say send. It submits. If I want to send money abroad, use my laptop to send money abroad. If I want to receive money abroad, you use money. So, and if you want to have like more than one level of security, you can introduce more than one. For instance, my iPhone can use my eyes, my retina scan to open the iPhone, or you can use my fingerprint, or you can use a passcode. So you have a unique passcode that can be used to access your election app, and you do it. Nigerians like to jump ahead of others in technology when it comes to cars, but when it is technology that can help us, we're always against it. But if it is to go and buy the latest car, latest phone, we are very good at buying it. So assuming that everybody understands that, you can link it to your BVN. Sure. So if you go to another phone that is not part of the destiny, it will reject your destiny. And then we can go and check with your BVN, are you the one who carried out the voting transaction on so day? Is it the person you voted for?
Social security
number. Social security number. We have BVN here. In fact, Nigeria collects the most data. Intrusive data is the worst collector of data. They will collect your data for BVN, they collect for phone, and all of them are digital data. It's not like just anyhow data. So, but there's no data analysis, there's no data synchronization, and most importantly, there's no data security. Because there's no country that will leave the data of their citizens in the hands of phone companies, or in the hands of banks, or in the hands of private individuals. They're all collecting this. There's data abuse in Nigeria.
Yes.
Nigerians are being subjected to the worst abuse when it comes to collection of data. In the US, it's the government collects your data through your social security number. This is that social security number that you use for every other transaction. You want to take phone, you say come and do your you put in your social security, you will link up with that, and that's all. But here we have BVN number, we have driver's license number, you have your phone company collection, you have international passport, INEC has an ID card, national ID card is there, national population is there, Babalawo Association has collected LASMA, witches and wizards, everybody collects data in this country. Church collects, and also mosque collect data.
It's so bad. So then even people like MTN, they will call you like 4-5 times to come drop data again. As at the last time I went to register my MTN SIM, there are different faces that you see after I've done it like 2 or 3 times. Very bad.
So we are 10:26, still waiting for okay.
So sport today, sport.
He has replied. He said we're on live TV. Someone is calling me. I hope. So Sorry. I'm responding to Iyanya. He's reached out again. All right. So I've responded to him. He has some questions. We're still waiting for you, Iyanya. Please make it down here as soon as possible. While at it, Aliu Francis made a donation of 10,000 naira, and Bola Rene Steven made a donation of 1,000 naira. Jumoke was the last donor for 40,000 naira. There's someone who's calling persistently. Let me take this call, guys. We're on a live show. Who am I speaking with? Yes. We're on a live show. I'll call you back. Thank you. So, still waiting on other guys. Okay, I have some comments here from Mabel in the Netherlands. Say, good evening, Mr. President. Would you please ensure all your raw materials are processed in Nigeria before it is sold outside the country? Absolutely, yes. Is Ina in the house? Ina still here?
Yes, it's still here.
Yeah, how much do you say they are selling palm oil in the international market per ton?
$2,217.
$2,217. That is per ton of palm oil. Is hot commodity in the market. The people that came to collect palm oil fruits from us from NIFO in 1970 something, they took it to Singapore. We are buying from them now. I'm sorry, man. You know, these leaders have cost Nigeria, and we must take our country back from them. So, it says somebody said, "Are you still on this number?" This is Emmanuel Giwa. Yes, I am, Emmanuel. If you're watching, but I can't take a call right now. We're live streaming. Yeah, did you say you have it? Yes.
Omoyele Jacob Odion on Facebook says, Mr. President, my wife just delivered a digital baby girl.
Digital? Wow.
Her name is Francis Rita.
Wow, Francis Digital Rita. Congratulations. Congratulations, baby. You are the digital lady, baby of Take It Back.
And we have another one in Ibadan who named his son Omoyele.
Wow, fantastic.
Take it back. Action.
Going back. Yes. So this is very interesting. People are naming their children after me. You have to be prepared for that child, though. They're making trouble. They come with, my father used to tell us that, children don't come with instructions that otherwise he would have understood how to deal with different kids. Yeah. It's even calculators. They come with instruction. How come there's no instruction with kids, complex kids? Somebody said, Mr. POS, please confirm if this is true, that UK want to arrest Buhari. I'm not that.
Yeah, he shared the link. Yeah.
There's a lot of rumors out there, false news. This is the season for it. But they shouldn't bother. We can do it ourselves. Someone is calling frantically. I cannot take calls, guys. I'm just reading comments. Somebody said, I'm watching you live. Thank you so much. A lot of people are watching us live. How many people are watching now?
957.
Why can't we reach? Good evening, Mr. President. Just want to bring to your notice that you are the most quoted candidate in the race. I don't even know if other candidates have statement worth quoting. We have been playing a game quoting you on the group today. Interesting, by the way. My family are still strongly ready to vote you in. Thanks for building a great generational youth. Wow. They said I'm the most quoted candidate. Is that correct?
Yes. Very correct.
Very correct.
Wow. I didn't know that. What about those that are in the villages, have no access to technology? How would they vote? Should we have electronic voting? You will be surprised how many people in the villages have better phones than you do. Well, ask my grandmother. She hides it. They have phones, so all those people. the thing is that the moment we are doing electronic voting, we still leave out people who cannot do electronic voting, so that they do. It's just like in the US, they have two styles of voting. You have people who vote even before everybody. They call them absentee ballots. They mail them in, and on election day, people go and do electronic voting. So it still doesn't hurt anybody. We'll just make sure we're just rapidly moving towards the digitalization that we promised, right? This person who's calling for, I think they just had a baby, want to announce that they have a baby. It's like this number is not for Sowore, it is. That's someone calling from Spain. But I'm not taking calls right now because we are on live TV. Please, Iyanya, we are still waiting for you, and we will keep waiting. We'll wait until you show up. We'll keep waiting. A lot of your fans asked us to wait for you. So we're waiting. And I hope our team there is also calling him. Any luck reaching him? Or his phone is still busy? Guys, any questions for us?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Joseph Emmanuel says, what is your plan on how companies and governments award contracts?
Transparency. Every contract awarded by the federal government of Nigeria will be available on a portal dedicated to contracts. The name of the contractor, the day the contract was awarded, the amount for which it was awarded, and the people who are in charge of the contract, board members, location of the address of the company, and the time that the contract is supposed to be concluded. It will be available. We'll be doing them as soon as the contract is awarded, so that you know how much is awarded in every contract. If it's inflated, citizens can easily come and say this is inflated contract. We are going to use transparency to defeat darkness in this country. Yes. What is causing most of our corruption is the opaque way we do business of contracting. A lot of people don't want to disclose anything. The government don't like to disclose anything, because government is shady. The moment you don't have that, it opens up a lot of grounds for people to know what is going on, and there's nothing as good as that. We have donation from GoFundMe now. There's a EO just donated $50.
Thank you.
Thank you, EO. These people work very hard to make these donations, trust me. Oyekunle Adeoba donated $35. Yes, so there's a donation from Temitope Abioye for $100. Thank you, Temitope. So those are the new donations we have from. You can make a donation to us at donate@Sowore 2019 if you want to Zelle it. If Zelle, there's it's a money transfer system, I think, that is mostly based in the US. Zelle, Is it Zelle? Yeah.
Zelle,
yeah. You just Zelle the money to us. Okay, do you get the notification right away?
Yes.
Okay. So we have someone on standby who can notify us. There's also PayPal. You can PayPal this donate@Sowore2019.org as well. Guys, we are waiting for Iyanya with their questions. Yeah.
What is your plan for research and development funding in Nigeria?
Research and
development funding, like funding research.
I understand. It's called RRD.
Yeah.
Research, and it's R&D. Yeah. I know what it is. I know what it is. There will be dedication, research and development funding as it is now. I want to start from there. I cannot even pinpoint anything that they are researching in Nigeria, talk less of developing. Because when you have a research and development, you mean that a research will be carried out and something that came out of that research will then be developed. That is how other countries make big strides in technology. They invest in money, and they are usually done through universities. But our universities are underfunded. That's why ASU goes on strike. More than thunder. Yeah. The only university that was not on strike this last time was the University of Suya. That place is always open. Yes. It's a shame. Well, we just have to make it a little light. So the research and funding we need should be two-track. One should go to our universities, seriously monitored, make sure that our professors are doing research, our students are doing research. Research and development funding should go to students and even lecturers. But in Nigeria, I don't even think students get research grants, except people who are doing a PhD. But you don't have to give research grants only to PhD. Anybody that has an idea, that is very clear, should get the research grant. The second is, of course, to have an institute outside that is dedicated to that. And those can go to non-academic research. Because, for example, I was talking to Mr. Tuke today about entertainment. The entertainment industry is actually something that if I was president when it started, I would have dedicated a research and development funding for the entertainment industry. So that things that we're detecting were happening, we'll be researching and helping them to develop it, if the ideas. But what did Nigeria do? They gave the money to NBC to be determining whose song is played. That's not the job of government, to be worried about what is said on in a song. Especially these days that the world has moved beyond your control. If they don't play a song on radio, it will be played on the internet. Yes, if it's not on NTA, it will be on YouTube. Why are you wasting your time? But people with no, analog brain. What do you expect? Everything is, go and stop them. Somebody that is working at NBC that doesn't even understand the world is telling young people what they want to listen to. What's your business, about music? Some of the music that government don't consider to be appropriate are some of the music that can generate even the most money for the country.
For the country, yes.
It's the entertainment industry, the movie industry today in Nigeria that is generating the most buzz for this country. If not for them, Nigeria will have nothing positive to offer the world except Buhari and internet scams and Atiku. Yes, the people that destroyed Nigeria's image most are politicians. Yes, they call them politically exposed person, thieves.
Yes.
Everything that is bad about Nigeria is because politicians started them. Even this 419 you're talking about, it's politicians that started 419. It started under Babangida. Yes. Fred Ajidua was Babangida's friend. Wow. You are hearing it from me. The man who started 419. He has Babangida's picture. In fact, he uses Babangida's picture he took with Babangida is what he used and started scamming people. That the ones who started 419. Babangida's wife, late. I don't want to talk bad about someone who is late now. There are rumors that they were the ones who started drug trafficking in this country. Yes. That was why they killed Delegiwa, because it was close to revealing some of those things. In fact, it was said that was the reason they overthrew Buhari, because he was closing in on them in 1983. But there's no history in our schools, so how would people understand what happened in the past? That's why some people will look at me and say I should go and start as councillor. They didn't know that for 30 years I have been working for the betterment of this country. Atiku in 1992 contested with Abiola. He stepped down for Abiola. When they annulled Abiola's election, Atiku did not participate in fighting for the annulment of the election. He was busy making money with the people that annulled the election. So we know their history. And we are close to making sure that they become history as well. Yes, we will consign these guys to the dustbin of history. They will all go down in ignominy. That's a discussion for another day, but we have a few days to make it happen. That's why we're standing in front of you tonight. You have more questions for me?
Yes, on YouTube.
Yes.
Mr. President, what are your plans for diversification of economy, saying that the present government haven't done any?
I don't want to be talking about this present government. I want to be talking about this government in past tense if I have my way. Or is it what they call past participle? So, to diversify the Nigerian economy, you have to invest in your So when you invest in your people, our 10-point agenda is actually meant to diversify the Nigerian economy. Securing Nigeria, which is what is S for Spicer Heat, means that people will feel safe in Nigeria to go back to their farms. So that the palm oil that Ina is talking about can be grown in huge quantities and we can be using it as a foreign income earner. Right? We have also talked about Cannabis. Yes, it's
Yes,
a $4 billion industry. In fact, we have some videos that will come out tomorrow. We sent some of our crack reporters to go to a cannabis farm,
Okay.
and we're going to release the video. You'll find it interesting. But when we started having the discussions, Sowore wants to introduce drugs into Nigeria. It's not drugs. Cannabis has more medicinal value than any plant on earth. Cannabis has over 30 uses, including making shirts, hemp. Because there are two strands of cannabis. There's one that's marijuana, it contains THC, and there's one that is hemp, which has less THC. THC is the one that makes people high, But people don't understand that if we can grow cannabis, it will provide jobs for young people. We have cannabis farm all over the place, in places where we want to grow them, and regulate them, making sure that it's not abused. We are not asking people to smoke cannabis in Nigeria, which of course is already happening. But we're exporting cannabis to the places where they need it. Canada is in need of it, US is in need of it. Europe is in need of cannabis. Sell it to them. Make your money and use that to diversify the economy. Our position on power, nothing will diversify Nigeria's economy more than 24 hours electricity, because the ideas are already there.
Yes.
The moment people start innovating, because there's supply of power 24 hours, will create a lot of opportunities, small businesses out with, and then we can generate taxes from it to finance other projects that we have. Our infrastructural plan, we do that. So everything we have on Spicer Hit, which is security, power, infrastructure, fighting against corruption, we do a lot to boost our revenue. And the revenue, when we save money, we can invest in several other areas of our national economic life that will diversify the economy. I know that when people are asking for diversification of the economy, I think it's agriculture. But when you even look at it, agriculture forms a greater percentage of our economic base. Can you believe that? Than even oil that everybody is talking about. But we have a chance to have some of the best agricultural practices in the world, because here is an opportunity with agriculture to grow palm fruits. But look at the plan to have ranches all over the country. There are 20 million cows. You keep them in ranches. Their droppings can be used to generate electricity. It creates jobs for doctors. It creates schools there. It can also be a touristic center. So many things. Instead of herdsmen killing farmers. So that's one other aspect. I'm going to keep checking my records. Okay. Quick pay with Zelle. Payment from Obasekola Moses. $50. Thank you. And there is another from Nkantin Priest Duke for $100. That's true. I just came. Thank you so much. There's some money that just came from Zenith Bank as well. We're still waiting for Iyanya here. If you're watching and listening to us, we're waiting for you. I have sent another text message to him. Haven't heard from him. Oh wow. Okay, say he's en route. They say he's en route now. So hopefully he's close. The whole world is waiting. Zenith Bank donation of Osaibowo Aifua Precious is 1,000 naira. Clap for her, please.
Thank you.
Edward Joshua Yemi, 1,000 naira. There's Lasizi Kasim Abiodun for 50,000 naira. I think I mentioned in the Shelu Olawale for 10,000 naira. There's Bolarinde Stephen Adebowale for 1,000 naira. And Aliu Francis for 10,000 naira. We mentioned that before. Thank you guys. So what we're hearing from Iyanya is that he's close. He says, he said he's en route, which is not the same thing as close. So yeah. Any questions?
Yes, on YouTube.
What will you do about border security?
Yes. Border security is not, in our view, building of walls around our borders. Border security is ensuring that our officers whose job it is to monitor our borders are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. I think there are about, according to official records, there are about 144 official border crossings into Nigeria, but there are about 1,000 and more unofficial border crossing. I should know this because I used to pass the border, legally, of course, through some places, because I was being hunted by the government for a while, and I used to pass the border in a very, very, very interesting ways. Let's just keep that for now. So, but what I noticed is that I crossed 3 borders to get to Nigeria. I crossed the Ghanaian border into Togo, Togolese border into Benin Republic. Then I crossed the border from, that's if I'm coming from Ghana. I crossed the border from Benin to Nigeria. Of all the border crossing, Nigeria has the most chaotic official border crossing. In fact, Nigeria has no border. But what Ghana did is that they went and did electronic border crossing in their own country, built shops, like duty-free shops around the place. Most people prefer that crossing because it's not difficult to cross. Nigeria should do the same, build, the appropriate border crossing with latest technology. People will cross border that way, and you can make a lot of money officially. But corruption is the reason why we don't have border security. We went to Jimba in Zamfara State. They only have one stick across the border, and the custom guys are there, immigration guys just collecting money. That's what they're doing. If you like, you can bring WMD to Nigeria. Do you guys know what is WMD?
Weapon of mass destruction.
Weapon of mass destruction. That bomb that they say if they explode everywhere, just finish. You can get it across Nigerian borders as long as you have 20 euros. I'm telling you. They will not ask you. It's after the thing has exploded that all of them die with their 20 euros that they will now realize that they've done something bad. So it requires discipline, use of technology and training, because there is an ECOWAS protocol actually that most people don't know that allows for free movement of persons who are ECOWAS citizens. So we have to respect that. But the way to create the best border security you can have in the world is to ensure that other West African countries that are bordering you are also stable. So whatever Nigeria can do to help those countries attain democracy, attain economic stability, is what will help us to have the best and the safest and secure border. But if those countries are in turmoil and you don't intervene, you don't help their citizens, like in Cameroon where they have a president who has been there for 30 years and doesn't even live in Cameroon, and he still wins the election, and now there's a problem inside Cameroon, and you think you can have borders, you're wasting your time. But if you solve the Cameroonian problem by intervening appropriately there as a moral voice, they will go back to their own country and not become refugees in your own country. But the worst thing is that Nigerians are refugees in their own country. What is IDP? Internally displaced. We saw them in Benin, we saw them in Adamawa, we saw them in Taraba, we saw them in Benue. A lot of Nigerians are displaced inside their own country. And then you add that to Cameroonian refugees, there are Nigerians, there are people from Chad. Some of the people that are coming into Nigeria are imported to come and vote by the Buhari regime. So how can you have border security when you are bringing in fake voters? Our leaders are the cause of our problem. You elect the right leaders, you'll be all right. Let's check how close our man is to this place. That's Iyanya. We are waiting for him. And while we're at it, we can catch up on our donation by announcing our latest donors. I think we're getting more from Zenith Bank. We have 2 that just came in. One is a 7,000 donation from Sky Zen. This one is usually a money transfer system. And there's Robert Samuel Ekanem Thompson for 10,000 naira. Thank you guys for your generous donation. We're still here, and if you have any questions for me, please feel free to.
Questions on YouTube.
Okay.
What are you going to do about Computer Village, and what's your plan for education?
Wow. Education. Free and compulsory education for persons from primary school or kindergarten, as you may like to call it, up to the last year of secondary school. Yes, we have elevated this. In Nigeria's constitution, I think universal basic education is seen as compulsory from primary school to GSS 3. GSS 3 years. Yes. We are going to do it up to SS 3. Yeah, that's what we are. It's going to be free and compulsory. It will be a crime not to send your child to school under our government. We have made it very clear. For university students, we'll make sure that there's abolition of tuition, complete abolition of tuition. And we give students in Nigeria who are in federal universities, state universities, grants, federal grants, or what I will call study grants, up to 100,000 naira per semester is what you're entitled to. If you get out of the university and you will work for the federal government or work in a public service for 4 years, if you don't, you return our money back to us so that we can give it to other people with interest. That's the way we want to do it. We will not allow tuition fees to be imposed on students. And another thing is we will ensure that student unionism is restored in all our universities, and that the federal government or the school authorities actually fund student union governments, because the student union governments or associations are the place where we groom our leaders. In the US, every US leader, their claim to fame or usually come from two places. Either they fought against the war, or they fought in the war in Vietnam or somewhere else. So those are the academic environment. In our own, we have muzzled the academic environment. From Iyanya Theophilus. Iyanya Theophilus. Thank you so much. It's $200. If you're trying to call us, it's not going to work because we cannot take calls on this. So there's a 10,000 naira donation from Fundred Logistics. This person didn't give their name. You can, if you want us to announce your name, just send a WhatsApp message to us. Good evening from here, my honorable president, Uromi Charles. There, you guys remember Uromi Charles?
Yes.
He's one of our best singers. He's donated a great song to us. I just want you to know that you are the last hope of the conscience Nigerians are waiting for. Please keep pushing. Don't compromise, for victory is yours. AAC. So the president says, please write some things. I just want to be sure this is my president's number. My president, if you win, how do you control lawmakers, especially if they are from PDP and APC? Good question. This question, what are you going to do about men that abandon their children for women to take care of them? Child support law would take hold here, where no matter where they hide, we make sure they support their kids. Good evening. I dropped a message already. Wanted to say big thank you for your audience earlier this evening. Thank you so much. It's that's a Karimat who we met earlier today. So still waiting for Iyanya. Any luck from there? Any word from downstairs? Somebody said it's downstairs. They don't even know where we are, but they assume it's downstairs. You know. So it's 10:58. His last message to us was at 10:44. So it's probably closer now. Any question?
What will you do about retirement benefits?
We digitalizing all of our system is such that someone just walked in, some people just walked in, some people just walked, more people just walked in, more people just walked in.
They're not the ones we expected.
We did. So the moment we get these things right, digitalizing is that your retirement will be counting automatically, and there will be a savings for you. And the day you retire, you get your allowance. That's how we want to pay retirement, and then your allowance will be coming because it's money that's for your money. It won't be spent elsewhere, and you get it as soon as you retire. What they're doing now is they're stealing retirement money. That's what is killing us. We won't allow that to happen under our regime. Yes.
So you know answer the question on
Computer Village. Okay, so I've been told that Iyanya is here now. It looks like he's here. It's getting hard in here. So now I can let you go, but I won't let you go because of him until he shows up. You guys clap for Iyanya in the house.
Take it back. Action! No, that's right.
Yes. Finally.
Say me hi.
Yeah. You can sit here.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
What's good?
It's good, man. Thank you for coming. Finally, I know this. You had a shooting this evening.
We didn't plan this. I didn't.
You didn't plan it this way.
Yeah. I didn't know it was going to be like this. But yeah, it's going to be here.
Nice to see you. A lot of your fans have been waiting for.
Yo, what's up? It's yeah. What's going on? Yes,
No,
sir.
you should break it down. How do you say it? It's yeah.
It's yeah. Don't know. We out here.
Yes. Just hold on 1 second. Don't worry. So, thank you so much for coming. We have, you can see all the cameras. You know, we have a live streaming, every other night as part of our Take It Back movement. And we call it our time on the couch. We actually came to the island today because of you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't know it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be me and you.
It's me and you now. It's me and you. It's a full house. You know, it's a whole political movement party. And so, guys, I met Iyanya a a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
completely by accident. I went to see a friend of mine somewhere in VI, and he was just there. And I saw him, but I didn't know it was you.
Yeah.
And my friend came and said, you know, that's Iyanya there. And I went, and it turns out that you also had been following us.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to meet. So, and we couldn't meet that day, but he kept in touch and we kept in touch. And tonight I called him, earlier I called him, I said, you know, we would like to get to hear you. A lot of people want to see you. And a lot of young people, particularly young people, 21 million of them registered to vote in this election. They want to hear from celebrities. The celebrities are telling them, go and get your PVC, don't fight. But the question is now that this is an election of our life. You know, Nigeria has gone through 4 stages of transition.
Yeah.
There was a military to civilian transition, 1999.
Yeah.
There was a party, there was a transition that put an end to any attempt to extend the tenure of any government under Obasanjo, 3rd term. That transition happened like this. There's a transition that happened from majority to minority rule. Jonathan, who came from a minority tribe, became the president of Nigeria. So, and after that, there was a party-to-party transition. That's Nigeria experienced a ruling party losing to an opposition party, 2015. Now, we are at a point where there must be a generational transition. The old generation of leaders who are analog thinkers must give way for digital generation that you represent. And part of why I was excited to ask that you come is that one of the greatest things happening to Nigeria and the international scene is you guys, your talent, your raw talent. Otherwise, we will only have negative, zero, representation out there. And we must thank you for it. You guys give him a and we've met quite a few of these celebrities who are bold enough to say, look, we support that we have a generational shift. So earlier today I was with Mr. 2K. Before then we had Oshopa, who actually donated his vanity animation video to our campaign, and I listened to you. Today when I met Mr. 2K, I gave him evidence of the fact that not only do I listen to Nigerian music, I actually have to buy your music on iTunes. And I have a whole list of music that I bought. And what's my favorite of Iyanya music? You guys, I have to. Where's Scholar here? Maybe you should bring my iPhone. Anyways, there's nothing that you sang that is not cool. I gotta tell you that. So say hello to our viewers.
Yo, what up? What up? It's Iyanya. We're here. And we're live, and it feels good to be here. I watched you a couple of times, and to be honest, when I met you, the first thing I said is every time I watch you, you make a lot of sense. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the main reason why I'm sitting down here.
That's right.
And I agree with you that it's time for the government to let young people come into office and see how. I believe it's time for us to make new heroes, give chance for new heroes, especially, the young generation, because Nigeria needs people who love Nigeria to rule them. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
The people are suffering today because there's no love coming from above. To the lowest,
Calculating to the lowest level.
Lowest level. You get what I'm trying to say? It's pretty much, we're musicians, we're doing fine, and then that's us. But there are people who are suffering. There are people who appreciate 100 naira. So I feel like it's time for the government to allow young people who have a relationship with, the young generation to come in and bring new ideas. Change the game, because trust me, the situation right now is not good for a lot of people out there, and it's really bad.
So how much pressure do you guys face, politically speaking, you pretend that you don't want to get involved in politics, but all these young people who are following you, they ask you questions. Where are we going? After we dance to your music, you sing so well, but then we go back home and we're hungry. We can't go to schools that we want to go to because we don't know somebody at the top. We can't find the kind of jobs we desire because there are no jobs. Even when you go to get jobs, if you don't have godfathers, you can't get a good job. Jobs at Empower are reserved for ordinary people. Central bank jobs are meant for the guys in power. How do you deal with the pressure?
I'll represent musicians here.
Okay.
You understand? To be very, very honest with you, I want to believe that my colleagues and every other musician out there is doing well for Nigeria. That's what you said?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I feel they're playing a role.
That's right.
And trust me, these days you see a lot of parents come to you and say, I want my son to be like you. It wasn't like that before. So I believe the musicians are doing their job. That's number one. And number two is, the reason why most musicians, especially me, the reason why I don't even like to get involved so much is because we're in the social media world, we're in the social media age where everybody feels my opinion matters. So people these days don't know how to manage other people's opinions, especially when they're famous people. So if I come out and see, I'm sitting down with you, I'm not sitting down here because I trust you. I don't know you that much. I don't trust you. I'm sitting down here because every time I watch you, you speak facts. So I'm also sitting down here to say, look, let's give young people a chance. If you go in there and do well, I'll support you forever. Nigerians will support you because I feel like right now Nigerians just need a savior. All we need is a savior because nobody's holy.
That's right.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Everybody has one thing or the other that they did that Nigerians don't like. So I just believe that at this point, we need somebody who's going to go in there with the plan that I'm going to show my people nothing but love.
That's right.
Because that's the only thing that's going to save us.
Very true.
It's no love from above. So the people here are just like killing themselves when it's time for election. People go out,
grab whatever they can grab.
And most of the people who are representing other people don't like them, but because they have to survive, they have to go out there and act like everything's cool. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So next thing is, what are musicians doing? Because there's also this idea out there that, okay, you want to give love, you want to make a political statement, you want to make sure that you stand with the people when it's right. But a lot of guys in your class are also holding back. They make statements and participate in political campaigns of the people that they know are oppressing the masses, that give no love. But when it's time for them to take a position, take a stand, we are seeing a lot of this time around is like people asking them, thank you, you asked us to go and get, PVC. We have gotten it, now who do we vote for? And they're like, oh, don't fight when it is time. Yeah, we're not going to fight, but we need direction because we are the ones who told us to go and get PVC. What do you think is holding back a lot of people within your sphere, your class, from taking a stand? Is it fear? Is it compromises they've made? What is it?
You agree with me that this election is different from
every election,
every other election. So I want to believe that everybody's just trying to be careful because Nigerians, I think most people just run out of trust. Do you get what I'm saying? So everybody's just like, God, give us a savior. So I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people, or maybe my colleagues, I can't speak for them. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like that's from my own angle. It's pretty tough right now. You don't want to come out and support someone, the person goes in, because people sat down with other people the way I'm sitting down with you. You know what I'm trying to say?
Out to be different.
So what I'm trying to say is, sitting down with you right now does not mean that when you go in there you're going to do good.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying? So if we finish this interview and you go in there and you don't do well, people come after you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You don't want to. It's crazy. It's dangerous too, because sometimes they attack you. You get what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
So everybody is just trying to be very, very careful right now, and I think everybody's in that let the best man win frame of mind.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why.
Well, thank you for that's deep. Yes. But at the same token, I'm looking at this camera, I'm looking at you, and that mine is based on 30 years of experience doing what is right, and I've never been compensated for it, and I know I don't ask for compensation. The love that you're saying should go to the masses, the grassroots, is what I'm here to give as leader of this country, and I'm inviting all of you. And if you're a celebrity and you're out there, you haven't made up your mind, you can. And you can. There's a trust quotient also that comes with history, that comes with pedigree, that comes with integrity. I've been in the public space for 30 years, but most likely, most people didn't know. Me on
clap, recognize. I feel like we need to take it back to that point.
Yeah.
We need to take it back to the point where even if you're not getting money, you're being appreciated, because sometimes you're looking at Insta blog and you see soldiers crying too.
Yeah.
You get me? When the people protecting you
are crying, are themselves not protected.
It's a big problem.
Yeah, it's one of the things we want to do. I've covered, what's happening within the civil service to soldiers, and I'm in touch with a lot of soldiers as a reporter. And
you've been doing well over the years.
Yeah. And one of the worst things that happens to them is that the moment a soldier is injured or is dead, their families are thrown out of the barracks almost 2 weeks after. That's maximum.
That's not true.
It's true. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it is true.
For real?
Yeah. And my policy upon
the ones they kill.
Yeah.
They use their money to buy.
In fact, they don't even get the amount of the money they're supposed to be paid. They don't give it to them. In some cases, they steal it outright. So it's until sometimes we intervene that they then rush to go and pay them or they reset to them. And our policy is that every soldier that is out there risking his life must have a life insurance of 10 million naira. Same thing applies to our policemen, including coppers. If you die in the course of duty, you must get that 10 million naira so that your family can start some form of resettlement.
How do you intend to solve How do you intend to solve the issue of power? Say you go in.
Yeah, so that's a very good point. We have 7,000 megawatts of electricity. That is when we are, operating at maximum capacity. It's not enough to power the subway system in New York City. That's what the whole country of Nigeria is relying on. So rapidly, we are using renewable energy, solar energy, to generate 4,500 within our first 2.5 years. We would increase the electricity generation of Nigeria in capacity from 7,000, we increase by 17,000. So we go to 24,000, meaning that we can power at least 20 to 30 million homes. Egypt just did it. They spent $7.2 billion to generate 14,000 megawatts of electricity, and they powered over 40 million homes.
That's
and
impressive.
There's a YouTube video of how Morocco is also generating electricity from solar energy. We have parts of Nigeria where it doesn't even go dark because there's so much sunshine, especially in the north. And we traveled around the north. We've been to about 33 states and the federal capital territory. So 34 in all. We were unable to go to Borno, Yobe, and Ebonyi, and hopefully maybe we can still make it before the election. We saw this country and understood what you're saying, that there are people in Nigeria but there are no leaders. And almost 80% of Nigeria is ungoverned territory. No presence of government. If you get out of the state capitals and the federal capital, the rest people are just living their lives on autopilot.
Yeah.
No help, no love, and no care.
See, the thing is love.
And we must bring that to bear on the people, because the money is there, the opportunities are there, and you have some of the most creative people, trapped in this space. And you are a testimony to that. You came from nowhere. I'm sure you didn't have no godfather. No godmother. It's just your raw talent, and you went out there.
I represent Calabar, you understand? Yeah. I just believed in my dreams, and I kept pushing it.
And you made it. You made it through.
It wasn't easy, but it's still not such a very easy. Because I'm famous, everything. No, but it is who I am, and you never stop.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
Well, that's our planning. That's our plan for power. In fact, our program is called Spicer Heat. That's the acronym for it, representing security, power, infrastructure. We want to double the infrastructure in Nigeria with railroads and housing.
I really do wish you the best, because see, the thing is, imagine a Nigeria where everybody has life.
Yeah, that alone
is
just going to open up Nigeria.
Jesus Christ. So what it means is, my nephew back home who wants to start a barbing saloon
or even pure water business
doesn't need to buy
The generator. Yeah. Those twisted metals, you know. Well, now our government will create a museum for generators. So everybody will come and dump their generator there.
Yeah.
You come and see generators. I will tap past my neighbor.
And I was saying to my friend the other time, I was like, man, with the number of people who own generators and the people who import them and sell them in Nigeria, man.
But those are the ones who are running the country.
Man.
That's the sad part.
I mean, as long as you are patronizing and making sure. I understand we can't stay in the dark.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, as long as we keep doing that, man, I don't even think power will come close. I don't see it coming close because.
But that's why we have to stop voting for people who are investing in generator companies. It's part of our problem. You can't get electricity if your president is selling generator. That one is simple logic. You know. Do you have questions for him? I'm sure you guys are.
They're just
excited.
Watching us.
They're just watching us and having.
Yeah, hits me.
Yeah, but if you have questions for Iyanya, you know, so please ask and he'll be happy to. We're glad to have you. We had to wait and we understand you had a shooting and tonight. Are you expecting anything from you?
Yeah, that's why I'm shooting videos. You know, I've got my EP coming out this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I just dropped a song called No Drama. Check it out. No Drama, Nigeria, this elections. No drama. Take it easy. So yeah, working on.
Is it out already?
Yeah, No Drama is out. I dropped it. Yeah, the video's also out there. Check it out on YouTube. But coming out with my EP is called The Rebirth. Man,
well, by the time it will be out, Nigeria would have been reborn too.
Whew.
Through Saturday this week.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait though.
Absolutely. We can't wait. I can't wait for all of us. What is interesting about it is that we will have a generational understanding as well. That you have a leader that you know is connected to your feelings, your thoughts, your aspirations. You know, even just a general understanding that the president of Nigeria understands what other Nigerians are feeling, how things are going on, and understand the rest of the world. That major breakthrough is something that will cure a lot of problems for us, because then, you know, right now our leaders don't even understand you. They don't even understand people in their 50s. They don't understand people in their 60s. They only understand people in their 80s. That's the leadership we have in the country today. And there's nothing you can do about it, because you cannot build something on nothing. And the moment we break through and that generational transfer of power is happening and we are all in control and in charge, you know, even the communication between the led and the leaders becomes very easy. Yeah. Because then I'll listen to your song and, you know, if I'm not doing well, you drop an EP on me. And I know that I'll get it because I have an iPhone that has a music collection, and you're definitely one of the guys that I listen to. You know, I run all the time, and I have a collection of songs. So I challenge our leaders. I was challenging Atiku earlier today to go and show to Davido if he has a collection of songs. I'm sure he doesn't. He doesn't even know who Davido is. His Twitter person says Davido is the king of, you know. You don't even know that because you're not in tune, you are not wired to our own generation. But they like to lie about it, and some people fall for those lies. We are here to debunk those lies. And it's amazing, and I'm glad that this consciousness is happening. The consciousness we're having on the couch today, the discussions we're having, they're also very historical. I can tell you that. Very historic. One day we'll look back and say, yes, we did our best. You know, see, this is my favorite. You guys want to hear?
Yeah, I'd love to sing. Ladies love this song.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's my
I
favorite.
appreciate you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
So you know that I have.
Take it back. Take it back.
How many people are watching us here?
We had 1.2, but then we had problems with network.
Wow, network.
It's building again.
Wow.
Question.
How about you?
Question. 449.
Wow, that's
What's
a lot
good?
on your side. Yeah. What about YouTube?
We had about 700 plus before.
Probably like-
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah. Question.
Questions actually. Do you have a PVC?
Of course I do.
Who does?
Are you endorsing Sowore?
To be honest with you, well, this is not an endorsement. You understand?
Are you voting Sowore?
I don't think.
You should disclose who you are voting for.
That's my.
No,
personal-
Are you
that's
going
my-
to-
You're trying to put me on the spot.
No, I'm not asking
Yeah,
these
yeah,
questions.
yeah.
I'm reading the questions from
Feel free.
Facebook.
Feel free. It's not an endorsement.
Are you
but-
going to donate to the movement and the party? To Showore's campaign specifically?
Man, I believe that being here alone.
Yeah.
It's a donation, yeah.
I got 460.
I don't know if you guys agree with me. I feel like being here
Can
alone is,
confirm yourself.
you know, at least it shows that I,
You identify with us.
you know, you get what I'm saying. But
You
I'm
guys
not
give me
gonna-
a round
I'm
of
not-
applause, man.
To be honest, I'm not coming out and saying I'm endorsing anybody right now. You understand what I'm trying to say? But I came here to sit down and talk with you. You know, I've been watching you. You get what I'm saying? And I just felt like, let me come sit down with you
Yeah.
like this, and we can rub minds like this.
That's it.
And on that day, I'll message you if you're the one. I'll be like, bro, I'll send you and say, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Because, bro,
It's Saturday.
You know, I don't want to be on the spot where you know this kind of questions. You know where they go. Right? You know,
Yeah. No worries. You know, you know, look, there's a philosophical understanding of the engagement.
Yeah.
And the fact that you had to leave a shoot to come here tonight,
Yeah.
it speaks volume.
Exactly.
That respect alone is the biggest endorsement anybody can get at this time. And so that you guys know, there was no.
Because I know my fans are watching. They're watching
Yeah, of
me now.
course.
I understand.
Of course.
They're watching me now.
And this guy has got 2 million fans on Instagram alone. 2 million.
I love them so
Yeah.
much. Thank you.
You know, and I'm sure they love you back too. Tomorrow they'll be asking you a lot of questions. Don't
Yes,
worry.
sir.
So, you know, I started following you today, by the way.
I follow back, man. You see
Yes,
that?
follow me back. All right, so he's followed me back.
Thank you, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get like 2 million votes from
But the
that.
thing is, I honestly believe that, you know, if someone like you goes in there, I believe, bro, that you do everything to make sure that Nigerians remember Sowore for
Ever.
the rest of our life. So I just wish you the best, you know, from my heart.
Thank you, guys.
Take it back. Take it back.
Guys, I think we're just like done. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
You know, so.
2 minutes.
Thank you.
I'll just freestyle because I know.
All right,
I know there's
freestyle
some
for us.
ladies.
Some ladies are watching.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Even ladies in the house.
Beautiful ladies.
Yes.
Alright, yo. Pretty bang bang, oh. Shorty not a damn thing. Who know they walk, no go see chop. Now where they walk, now they chop. So if you never get the jackpot, it go better make you comfort. I wanna Ghana, you know they pay. All man must to work for the back. Yo, what up? It's your boy Iyanya right here.
Ooh. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for coming. And,
Thank you. Thank you.
we will be in touch. And
Of course, you're my
tomorrow, we'll send you a picture. And we'll send you pictures from our end. Since you are showing us respect and love, we just would appreciate if you can also let your followers see that we met tonight.
Of course.
You know, by way of
Yeah.
and
Because I also had a great time just chatting with you
yeah,
like
man,
this.
I appreciate
one-on-one.
it a lot, and it was nice meeting you.
You're a very,
Even
very
though-
intelligent guy. I would like to you.
Thank you, guys.
Take it back. Take it back.
Very intelligent guy.
All right, guys, it's been man, an interesting evening here on the couch. This is we call it our time on the couch.
Good time.
And it's been nice meeting Iyanya tonight and talking with him. He's intelligent, as you guys. Not only is he intelligent, he's very deep. Yeah,
Thank you.
very, very
Thank you
deep.
so
you
much.
know.
You guys not gonna clap?
Yeah. So we're back same time, probably somewhere else. But don't forget, Saturday is the date with history, and that's the date we're going back to vote. Hopefully, this time around, the election will not be postponed again. We don't expect that they'll postpone it because we are. Yes. Yeah. So, but you have to keep your eyes on this platform, man, so that you can get first-hand information. You have to keep an eye on our channel on Friday night in particular. We'll be back. So we'll give you information. We'll give you up-to-date information. We broke the story last Friday, and for 3 hours. Actually, 5 hours. Nobody could touch this.
Ever since you did that, every time I just what's Sahara say?
Yes. So we're back giving you updated information. And if you're out there and just understand that you can keep campaigning until 24 hours before the election. You campaign for us. You knock on doors. Tell people who don't know that we are out there ready to take it back. And we're not looking back. Take it back.
Action.
Action.
No going back.
That's it.
So I have to rush back to
I know.
I just